Hello everyone, welcome to my channel B&B CBS Gossip 24. Remy is introduced to Deke by Electra, Luna's unexpected visitor. Before Electra Forrester reveals Remy Price to Deke Sharp, Luna Nozawa will have an unexpected visitor, according to Friday, October 31st spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. To begin, Will Spencer and Electra will take a moment to restate their solidarity. This young couple has had to deal with a lot of the stress surrounding Luna's pregnancy, but Will and Electra are determined to work together going ahead. Ivy Forrester, on the other hand, will be concerned about Electra and the stress she has been experiencing. It'll leave Ivy thinking if it's all too much and say no one would blame Electra if she had to walk away from Will. In order to introduce himself, Deke will want Remy to visit Forrester Creations. Remy will continue to be tense because of his past transgressions, but Deke will want everyone to get to know his boyfriend. Luna should be overjoyed to meet a familiar face because Remy will soon surprise her while she is incarcerated. Deke informed Remy that he would not be able to contact Luna, but he would be unable to avoid her and would meet up with her during Friday's performance. Luna will raise the alarm as soon as she receives information about Deke's plans to introduce Remy to his family and the Forrester offices. If Will is going to be at Forrester Creations when he gets there, Luna will warn that Remy is about to enter the lion's den. Remy will, however, reassure Luna that he is not afraid of Will and will make an effort to think that perhaps all will turn out okay in the end. Remy hopes that perhaps she will remember their past relationship and provide him a fresh start, despite his terrible past and all the devastation he unleashed on Electra's life. Remy will appear in the Forrester showroom by the end of Friday's episode, where Deke, Electra, Ivy, Hope Logan, and Daphne Rose will be meeting for hope for the future. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Electra will be furious when Remy shows up, so she will reveal him as her stalker and get ready to tell Deke all the terrible things about him. In the visitor area, Luna Nozawa is seated at a metal table wearing a simple beige jumpsuit. Her long hair hangs loose, her eyes fatigued but still sparkling with emotion. She looks to the guard's booth while she picks uncomfortably at her paper coffee cup. The door explodes. It is opened by a guard. Remy enters, a dashing, calm, but obviously stressed man. His fingers are curled tightly around an envelope. Guard. Mr. Forrester, 5 minutes. Remy. Thank you. The door locks behind him. Luna is startled when she glances up, with a mixture of fear and hope. Luna. Remy? Why are you here, and what are you? Remy. I needed to see you. You ceased responding to my correspondence. Luna. Since I didn't want you to visit. This is not how I wanted you to see me. Remy. Luna, do you suppose I'm interested in the walls? The jumpsuit? Do you believe that alters who you are? Luna shakes her head and laughs hollowly. Luna. You no longer recognize me. Remy. That is untrue. He is seated opposite her. No sound seems to be as loud as the silence between them. Luna. Tell me who I am, then. I lost her somewhere between that courtroom and here, so tell me. Remy. Even when the world didn't deserve it, you remained the girl who had faith in something positive. The person who thought the best of everyone, including me. Luna glances away, her eyes gleaming, and her voice breaks. Luna. Remy, I thought the best of the wrong people. And I allowed everything to be destroyed. Remy. You erred. Humans are fallible. I am also not flawless because of my Forrester name. Luna. It keeps you protected. When you enter, the guards will nod to you because of that. You become free as a result. With emotion piercing his calm, Remy leans forward. Remy. Then allow me to assist you with that freedom. I can fix whatever happened or whatever this is. For a brief moment, Luna looks him in the eyes, and we see the person she was before being incarcerated. Her tone becomes softer. Luna. No, Remy. I can't be fixed by you. You shouldn't attempt, either. Beat. Luna. I was already forewarned about individuals like you. Remy. You were warned? Who? She averts her gaze and continues to fiddle with the coffee cup. Luna. After I was moved here, someone stopped by. Stated that the Forresters ought to avoid getting involved in Spencer's affairs. Remy. Spencer Company? What does that signify? Luna. I'm not sure. I didn't comprehend the names he used. Will hasn't finished cleaning the house, he said. When Remy realizes how serious what she's saying is, he stiffens. Remy, dangerous, silently. Is Spencer going to be here? Luna. Not to look me in the eye. However, his message did. Through someone who ensured that I would receive it. As the two young people realize they are part of a much bigger story than themselves, the tension grows. Remy. Then he simply turned this into my business. The guard moves towards the table. Guard. It's time to go. Luna stands with tears in her eyes. The guard pauses but lets it go as she goes for Remy's hand. Luna. Don't get involved, please. Make me a promise. Remy. I can't promise that, you know. As the guard removes her, she closes her eyes. Remy watches her leave while remaining sitting, and then he opens the envelope he brought. It contains a picture of Luna at Forrester Creations, looking radiant and happy. His face hardens as he looks at it. Remy. She is not threatened. Not Will. No one. Now an adult, Will Spencer sits behind his father's desk, intelligent and self-assured. There is no denying the striking resemblance to Bill, the same intensity, but colder and more deliberate. There is no knock, and the door opens. As he enters, Remy Forrester exudes tension. Will. I assume you're Remy Forrester. When would one of you arrive, I wondered. Remy. Luna Nozawa was threatened by someone you sent. Will puts his pen down slowly and deliberately without flinching. Will. The word threatened is powerful. Will refer to it as an advice. Remy. You are not allowed to give her advice. Or myself. Will. I do when it comes to the Spencers. Remy, you're interfering with matters you don't comprehend. Remy. I know plenty. Your name was included in a message sent to a terrified woman in a cell. It's over now. I came here to make sure you understood something. Will builds, calm but menacing. Will. You have the temper of your family. I'll grant you that. However, this is about control, not temper. Luna's activities placed my family's interests at danger. All I'm doing is tidying up her mess. Remy. Her mess? Will, she is a human. Not a stock option of yours. Will. She is a liability. Liabilities are also controlled. As Remy approaches, the tension changes and two A's from opposing dynasties square off. Remy. She doesn't exist in your universe. She was never. Your last name opens opportunities, but you don't get to choose her destiny. Will. Do you believe that you are any different? You used the Forrester name as a shield when you entered a prison today. Don't act as though your halo is more brilliant than mine. Remy. The distinction is that I didn't harm anyone with it. Will. No, you're simply too gullible to believe that you can help her. Remy clenches his jaw. Remy. I might not be able to save her. However, I can prevent you from further ruining her. Will. For her, would you defy the Spencers? Remy. I would oppose anyone who loses sight of what it means to be human. Beat. Will looks at him, his face unreadable. Will. You have your mother's voice. Remy. What does that signify? Will. Inquire with her. She is aware of the consequences of Forresters and Spencers combining secrets and blood. With a sharp implication, Remy's breath catches. Remy. You have no idea what you're discussing. Will. Do I not? Before you start defending her family history, perhaps you should learn more about your own. Remy gives him a glance as his anger and emotion clash. Remy. You stay away from Luna. I've heard that you'll regret sending anyone close to her again. Will. Forrester, is that a threat? Remy. No. That's a commitment. The same quiet, perilous energy that Bill Spencer shared with Ridge Forrester decades ago still permeates the tension. Remy turns to leave, but Will's voice stops him. Will. Remy, do you want advice? Avoid being the hero. In this town, heroes always wind up alone. With burning eyes, Remy turns back. Remy. Then, before I turn into a villain like you, I'll die trying. He leaves abruptly. The door slams. Will lets out a breath, his jaw clenched, a hint of discomfort on his face for the first time. Will. He's not sure. They don't all know. He pulls a sealed folder labeled confidential, Nozawa case, private records out of a drawer. Torn between curiosity and remorse, he looks at it. The Spencer logo shines icily in the light as the camera zooms in on the label. Torn between a new romance and his children. On Wednesday, Hope and Deke Sharp are discussing Sheila Carter with Deacon. Deke and Hope, his two children, strongly believe that Deacon should formally dissolve his union with Sheila and file for divorce. They want her removed. Additionally, he is positioned to be wooed by his children because he is somewhat attractive to Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. It will be fascinating because Hope will utilize Deacon's admission that he has feelings for Taylor as a working relationship opportunity. Taylor also told Steffi Forrester last week that although she is extremely busy at work, her daughter doesn't want Taylor to be by herself. Although it's clear that Rich Forrester has once again shattered her mother's heart, Steffi isn't going to start a fight about it. Because Taylor instructed her not to. However, I do wonder whether it will work if Hope tells Steffi that Deacon is somewhat attracted to Taylor. It'd be cute if they were parent trapping, right? That's preferable to them fighting or being at odds over Liam. I would observe them engaging in parent trapping. Wedding preparations and escalating tensions mark the beginning of the November sweeps. Bold and the Beautiful's November sweeps officially begin on Thursday, October 30th. Beth Spencer is putting on a purple elegant dress for her parents, Liam and Hope. Beth wants to officiate their wedding, despite their assumption that she wants to be a flower girl or a bridesmaid. Didn't Douglas Forrester, played by Henry Joseph Samiri, take the vows during their previous wedding? If it occurred, this would be a recurrence. Carter Walton and Daphne Rose talk about how they felt about Liam and Hope being engaged. Daphne wants to know Carter's thoughts on it. And after giving it some thought, he feels fine. He expresses his happiness for Hope. Since Carter has Daphne. As long as he has a woman in his life, I'm not sure if he really gives a damn about the type of woman. That's precisely how thirsty he is. Sheila is talking to Lee Finnegan this week again on Thursday and is really nervous. What if Taylor says something that makes Deacon turn against her, she wonders Lee. Given that she has witnessed Taylor getting physically close to Deacon, that is causing her a great deal of stress. She is therefore justified in her concerns. Fearing that Deacon has given up on her and their marriage, Sheila reaches out to him, but she is determined to keep trying. Sheila is concerned that Deacon may advise her to move on if Taylor doesn't professionally believe that working things out is the best course of action. However, Sheila does believe that Taylor could assist them in doing so if that is what she believes is best. A startling comeback could reveal everything. Regarding those two, Taylor makes an effort to establish limits with Deacon. Deacon is told by Taylor that it cannot occur again. Therefore, she has crossed boundaries and needs to properly reset them, regardless of whether they actually kiss or merely have an almost kiss when she is in his arms telling him about Rich. Remy visits the prison this week as well to speak with his awful pal Luna. He's attempting to explain to Luna that she doesn't understand the previous relationship between him and Electra Forrester, but Luna cautions that if he visits Forrester Creations, he's entering a lion's den, particularly if Will is present. According to Remy, he has no fear of Will. Remy will have to go over there and face the consequences since he can't hide or keep telling Deke, "You can't ever say my name," while Deke is working there. And we'll see how he defends his behavior. Friday cliffhanger, a horrible face from the past. Ivy Forrester asks Electra on Friday, October 31st, if she can handle all of this with Luna, Will, and the pregnancy. Despite Luna's, Lisa, pregnancy, Electra and will maintain their unity and strength as a pair. But things are going to get much more uncomfortable for them since Deke is getting ready for Remy to meet his family and co-workers, but he wants him to first meet Hope. I wonder if Will join this scene and it turns into a whole stressful fracas. Deke is up at Forrester Creations with Electra, Ivy, Hope, and Daphne in the showroom. They are all excited to meet his boyfriend, but all of that excitement is dashed when Deke calls him in and Remy enters the room. Electra is just sick to her stomach, and Ivy gasps with her hand over her mouth. That could be the big Friday cliffhanger. Sweeps for the first week of November. News on weddings, drama, and casting. We'll see if Steffi and Ridge ban Remy from Forrester Creations and ask Deke what the hell he's thinking because that's not someone they want around. Bold and the Beautiful resumes up the following week, November 3rd through the 7th, which is the first full week of November sweeps. Deke learns of Remy's vile past with Electra and the terrible things Remy did to her. Liam and Hope are planning their wedding, possibly at the Spencer or Logan estate. It may be a small ceremony, but little Beth in her lovely purple dress will officiate instead of Carter. Daphne and Carter grow closer and may soon be getting intimate. Electra is furious to learn that Remy is back in her life because he's living with Forrester Creations' new designer, Deke. Luna's back, and now Remy's back. I wonder if Deke will be horrified or if he will accept Remy's explanation and justification for his horrible actions. Early spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful. Does Taylor resign? A casting update. Matt Atkinson is currently back filming, which coincides with them taping their Christmas episodes of Bold and the Beautiful. Taylor will attempt to distance herself from Deacon, but the chemistry and attraction are genuine, as is the threat posed by Sheila. To be honest, even though I really like Thomas Forrester and Matt Atkinson, I would be shocked if he returned to stay. I doubt that he would do so to ruin Hope and Liam's wedding because I believe they will likely be married by the time he arrives. We'll see, but perhaps Taylor is the reason he's back. I would love for Matt Atkinson to stay, but Brad Bell rarely gives fans what they want, so if you're counting on it, maybe count again. Luna Nozawa sits at the same table where she met Remy earlier, staring down at a folded note from the guard. No more visitors today. Her hand trembles slightly as she folds it again and again. A guard approaches, softer spoken than most. Guard. Someone asked to see you. Said it's urgent. Luna. Remy? Guard. No. Different name. Spencer. Luna's breath catches, a flash of fear crosses her face. Luna. Tell him I. Before she can finish, the guard steps aside and reveals a young woman, early 30s, smartly dressed, nervous energy. She looks like she doesn't belong here. Woman. You don't know me. My name's Cassie Webb. I work for Spencer Publications. Luna. Then you shouldn't be here. Cassie. You're right. But I had to come. Will's crossing lines even his father wouldn't. He's digging into your file, sealed records, prison logs, evidence transfers. And there's something you need to know about your case. Luna stiffens, clutching the edge of the table. Luna. Why are you telling me this? Cassie. Because I was the one who leaked your photo to the press. Will ordered it. And now he wants you to stay in here long enough for the story to die. Luna swallows hard, fury and heartbreak mixing in her eyes. Luna. You destroyed my life for a headline. Cassie. I thought I was protecting my job. But then I met your mother's attorney. He said the Spencers were sitting on evidence that could have cleared you. Luna goes pale. Luna, horse. Evidence? Cassie. A security feed. The night of the fight, the footage disappeared from Spencer servers the next day. If it surfaces, you walk free. Beat. Luna's voice trembles but her resolve hardens. Luna. Then I need that footage. And you're going to help me get it. Cassie. If Will finds out, I'll lose everything. Luna. I already lost everything. The least you can do is give me a chance to get it back. The guard gestures, time's up. Cassie nods, pressing a folded business card into Luna's palm. Cassie. Call that number when you're ready. But be careful who you trust, especially the Forresters. Will said something about them too. Something about bloodlines. Luna looks confused but the guard ushers Cassie out. She's alone again, except for the business card burning in her hand. Will stands by the window, staring at the city lights. His phone buzzes. A message pops up. Remy confronted me. He's not backing down. Will types back one word, good. Then deletes the thread entirely. He opens the confidential Nozawa file on his computer. Lines of digital code flicker. He highlights a folder marked video evidence, do not disclose. For a moment, he hesitates. Will. You're forcing my hand, Forrester. Let's see how far you'll go for her. He clicks ENCRYPT. The screen flashes, file locked. He exhales, emotion flickering beneath control. Remy stands by the drafting table, his mother, Felicia Forrester, entering quietly behind him. She senses the tension. Felicia. You went to see Luna. Will Spencer. Remy. You heard already. Of course you did. Felicia. You're playing a dangerous game, sweetheart. The Forresters and the Spencers have been at war longer than you've been alive. Remy. Then maybe it's time someone ended it. Felicia. Don't be naive. Those families feed on secrets. And sometimes they create new ones just to stay alive. He turns, emotion breaking through his restraint. Remy. Then tell me why Will said you were part of this. That you know something about Luna's family. Felicia freezes, eyes widening, just enough for him to notice. Remy. What aren't you telling me, Mom? Felicia looks away. The office clock ticks loud, each second heavier than the last.